I'm going to read a list of books that have really influenced my life. So I've read 70 books in the last 5 years. And I'll be honest, I've listened to more than I've read, but I am a student of Car University. When I get in my car, I'm listening to books on personal development, business books, spiritual development. I'm always feeding myself because what I found for me is when I'm learning, I feel better about Garret. I don't know if any of you can relate, but when I'm learning and when I'm able to take this information and being a real estate professional and having this job, I can take information and go directly and apply it into my business. And I've learned in my journey of recovery that I could take these very simple principles like honesty and faith, brotherly love, and trust, and I could learn what they meant in my life and how by leading with these principles in my life and these core values, they could have this ripple effect and affect a lot of people. And I have relationships today that are beautiful and priceless. So I'm just going to read to you guys a list of a number of books that really touched me over the last 5 years. So the first book is Be Your Future Self Now by Dr. Benjamin Hardy. It's my latest read and it is phenomenal. I can't stop working on it and thinking about it, and I'm getting ready to teach a class with the principles taught in that book. Untethered Soul, my favorite author, Michael Singer. He also wrote a book called The Surrender Experiment. If you are into spiritual development, I highly recommend it. I will say the word surrender for most of my life made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. That's the last thing I wanted to do. Both of my parents were teachers, and my mother's father, my grandpa George, he was a World War II veteran, and my Uncle Steve, two major role models in my life. He was a Vietnam veteran, and surrender always just felt like something I should not be doing. And today, it's one of the greatest gifts I have. So, Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. The guy is amazing. Here's another one, How to Be an Adult in Relationships by David Rico. This book taught me how to grow up. It still teaches me how to grow up. And we're going to go into more detail about that, and stay tuned because David Rico is coming on this podcast in March. So $1 Million Habits by Brian Tracy was the first book on business that I read, and I remember feeling uplifted. Sell It Like Serhant. Those of you who have watched his show, Ryan Serhant, he is an amazing real estate agent out on the East Coast. MREA, Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. This was my introduction to the Keller Williams Teaching University, which is amazing, and it has helped change so many people's lives. This author, this is her company, this is her shirt. Her name is Christine Miles. She's going to be my guest on the next episode, and she wrote a book called What Is It Costing You Not to Listen? And I'm going to let her tell her story, but I wrote her an email and she took the time to send me a shirt. We jumped on a Zoom call and we had this amazing conversation. And something I want to share with you all here is that only 5% of people are educationally trained in how to listen. Most of us, we go to school, we learn how to take the information and how to regurgitate it. And I'll tell you what, listening has opened up more doors for me than any other skill that I have. And I absolutely admire this woman and the work that she's doing. And I can't wait to talk with her next week and share her simplicity insights with all of you. So a couple more books, The Happiness Advantage by Sean Aker. Amazing. We all want to be happier, and he outlines just a tremendous blueprint and how we can work to become happier. many thought leaders like Jim Rohn, Dale Carnegie, Zig Ziglar. I've just consumed this information. And like I said, it uplifts my spirit, okay? And my personal favorite, The Big Book by Dr. Bob and Bill W.